Hello everyone, welcome to our next video where we'll be covering Python dictionaries and tuples uh, in some. So both kind of covering the built-in functions and other utilities available around these two data structures. And then we'll take some hands-on exercises in a very similar way as we have been doing for string and list. So let's deep dive to the next topic, that is tuples. We have been talking about immutable and mutable, right? So as you might have seen, string and list, right? Those are mutable. Tuple is immutable sequence. And what does that mean? Once created, their elements cannot be modified. You can do a reassignment, right? For example, my tuple 1, 2, 3 Python, right? You can actually assign to my tuple completely different, say 4, 5, 6 Java. But you can't say my tuple 1 is equal to, something, right? That will not be allowed. So what are the features of tuples? They are immutable. They can't be changed after creation. They are ordered. Elements have a fixed position. Indexing. It supports two-way indexing, like you have seen in the string and list. And tuples can also be assigned without parentheses. So you can actually have comma separated elements. They are also treated as tuples. So t is equal to 1 comma 2 comma 3 is same as t is equal to in its bracket 1 2 3, right? Let us look at some of the key tuple operations. So like string and list, most of those operations are supported. Concatenation using plus, so say t1 is a square bracket 1 and 2, t2 is a square bracket 3 and 4. So if you do t1 plus t2, you'll get those two concatenated to 1 2 3 4. Repetition, so say if your t is 1 and 2, and if you want to do 3 repetition of it, so t into 3, a star is repeat elements of a tuple, right? So 1 2 1 2 1 2. Membership, similarly through in and not in. So if your t is 1 2 3 and you check for whether 2 is in t or not, it will be true. Whether 4 is not in t, yes. Slicing, extract a portion of a tuple. What you do, so again, you start your count at 0, your end is exclusive. In this particular case, if you are looking at tuple from 1 to 4, what you will get? 2, which is starting at 1, then 3, which is at second position, 4th at third, and 5th at 4th, right? So you'll be getting 2, 3, and 4. Traversing, pretty similar to what you had in list and Python. So if you A is 1 2 3 for item in A, you can simply print item, and otherwise you can have an initialized index to 0, and while this is less than length of that list, you can actually print individual item and update the index. So key tuple operations in traversing is very similar, exactly the same like list and string. Only difference so far that we have seen is it is immutable. Tuples built-in function. So you can actually apply length on it, which will give you the length. For example, 1 2 3 4 5, length will be 5. Max element out of that, sum of this, and sorted. So sorted will actually kind of sort them in order and give you a copy of it. So length, max, sum, and sorted works as it is. Then index and count, right? So count occurrences of x, index returns the index of first occurrence of x, otherwise it will generate your value error. So all the operation that you have seen in list and string are applicable as it is. Now, like list, nested, tuples can also be nested, right? So 101 Alice and 90. So say this is talking about some name, some roll number, and some marks. You can have another entry 102 Bob and 85, and so on and so forth, right? So you can actually access first tuple, second tuple, and then individual element of those tuples. For example, if you want to look at the marks of Alice, how you'll do? A student 0 2. Okay. So we'll quickly introduce dictionary, right? Dictionary is going to be quite interesting. A lot of your problem solving will be around dictionary because it helps you, manage and access the data much faster than simple, access that you have, sequential access that you have in case of tuple, link, list, or strings. So dictionary is a mapping data type in Python. It stores data as key value pairs inside curly braces. So this is very important. Curly braces, note it down, right? We have been talking about it. My dictionary, my dict is equal to, say, name, semicolon Alice, age, semicolon 25. So key value, right? Key features of dictionaries, they are unordered, no fixed order of elements. Keys must be unique and immutable. So only tuple can be a key, right? You can't have list. You can't have, another dictionary, right? So only immutable data types are supported here. Values can be mutable, right? Access using keys. So you can actually say, my dict and then give it a name or is, and you'll get the output, right? Key dictionary operation. So how you'll create? You can have it in key and key value pair separated by comma. If you want to access individual element, you can take the name of the dictionary, and in a square bracket, you can actually take the key, right? Membership, whether A in D or whether J not in D, right? So you can check about the membership. Built-in function, you can get the length and minimum. So those will be allowable. In a similar way, I think you can take the max. And then you are having update and clear. So you can remove all the items and you can update individual item to some other value, right? So in this particular case, if you want to add a dictionary to value C and 3, you can actually do that using update, right? Traversing, so using keys, values, and items. So keys will give you all the keys as a list, a value will give you all the values as a list, and items will give you key value pair. So for kv in d dot items, you can print kv and dk, right? Some examples. And look at, if you want to do character frequency, in string, how you can go about it. Earlier, we saw an implementation of character frequency in string using its count inbuilt function, right? So as you might have seen on the leftmost upper part of it, you can uh, declare dictionary, that is frequency, and for character in string s, if frequency dot get, right, this particular character and instance 0. So this is very important. If you simply say frequency dot get character, then if it is not present, it can actually throw you an error. So by giving 0 is when, if it is not present, it will give you value 0. So in that case, initial value will start with 0, and you can add 1. So first one will be added 1. And then you can, once the loop is completed, you can actually return the frequency, right? Employee dictionary. So you can input number of employees, you can declare an employee dictionary, and for all is in this range, right? How many numbers? Anyway, we don't need to care, so that's why we are actually ignoring it. You can actually ask for name, you can ask for salary, convert into int, and then you can actually store with this name the salary that you are having. You can print it. Odd numbers, how you find odd numbers in dictionary? If so as you can see, right, you are simply having a string representation of that number, right? Tuple for max min, if you are having some number entered out here, you can find max as max of number and min as min of number. So with this, we have seen some of the common utilities, built-in function, and ways of adding, updating, and traversing list and tuple. Tuple in all likelihood is very exactly the same like list and strings. Dictionary is actually unordered and provides you faster access. Many a time its implementation supports log n operation for retrieval. Another important thing is if you are not adding as a key value, it becomes actually more like operates more like a set. So both set and dictionary built in, they all actually um, work around curly parentheses, right? Okay. We'll stop here and we'll have a look at many of those common utilities around dictionary and tuples in the next video. Thanks for watching it. Do subscribe and like if this video helps you in some way. Please comment if you want me to cover some additional topics or make some changes.